Okay, I said I pressed preparing. Yeah, it's I think we're live.
No, it's live.
Yeah.
You got
We
me.
are live.
Captain Obvious, Defender of Dawn.
Okay, we'll see what that first frame is.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, well, no, I look weird, so I guess you can't tell. So whatever.
Okay.
You look weird, but we can't tell.
That's right.
Wait, what? What are we
I
talking
have to
about?
talk to the hand.
He said he looks weird.
Let me welcome everyone.
Don't tell me what I can't
Happy
tell.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
So
Happy.
I'm so excited to have Nizz.
True.
So thank you for coming back. We miss you. I know I miss you. I'm pretty sure Ransom miss you. And I know a lot of people miss you. So thank you so much for coming back to my channel.
Yes, and thank you for having me.
Have you had any alien contact since last we spoke?
Not I. No.
Damn.
That's funny.
I was hoping other people were weirded out around the globe.
Hey, talk about your implants. Like, what? Show us.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I say it's an implant. I don't know. It was like a rock, and I'm not gonna show you because I have to pull down my pants and get all in front of the camera.
Wait, what?
But I do have purple. I can take photographs. I have where one of them bothered me, and I knew it was there. Implant is a strong word, actually. There was something in my thigh that I could feel that didn't used to be there that appeared there, and I got so weirded out about it that a couple years after having it, I cut it out with a razor blade, and it appeared to be like some kind of little metal rock. It was partially magnetic, you know. And then I seen on TV that, you know, I ain't the only one. So that was weird. But shortly after that, I got another purple spot down on my ankle that's harder to reach. I tried to cut that one out.
So when was that? How long ago was this?
Oh, I have a third purple spot now. So this has been ongoing for at least 25 years. With the thing, I don't know what it was. You know, like, that's what's weird.
Take a picture with your phone and send it to your email and then screen share it so we can see. Come on.
So when did this conversation started? When did?
I was saying it in the chat on Rex's. That's probably where she saw it.
Oh, I was completely.
But yeah, saying it's an implant is a strong word in my opinion. But it was something partially magnetic that was in my body that was a foreign object that didn't belong there, and I don't know how it got there. I'm willing to say that. And I don't remember being anybody touching me in weird places or probing me, if that's the next question. I'm not.
So you had time missing before, though, right?
Yes, I have had missing time.
Yeah.
Very traumatic missing time because of the boggling unknowing. Not that I saw anything or recognized anything or know anything about the space that's gone. It's just gone. So missing time is adequate definition of that. And somehow I held a glass of Kool-Aid like this for 4 hours straight without spilling it and my arm getting tired. And if you've ever held anything up in an exercise where you have to hold your arm up, you know that within like 10 minutes your arm is burning and it fucking hurts.
Right.
But the whole time I have the missing time, I appeared to have held a full glass of Kool-Aid that I intended on drinking at midnight. And then, you know, I was kind of freaked out. I don't even know if I drank it at 4 o'clock in the morning when I came to and looked over at the clock and felt like less than a second had went by between midnight when I just looked at the clock and 4 a.m. I even had to go confirm it with other clocks that it indeed 4 hours had passed and I don't know what the fuck happened. But that was young then. That happened in like 93.
That was young then? Yeah. You were that?
Yeah, I was in high school in 93.
Yes.
And I lived by myself.
I was in, I think, junior high, maybe.
In 93.
But anyways, let me say hi to the people that is in the chat. So we have Deborah Tucker.
Hi, Deborah.
Angel, and everybody's saying hi to both of, or to all of us. So,
what up, yo?
Deborah, Wendy, hello, Victor, Dalton, Tammy, everyone, welcome and thank you for hanging out tonight with us. So we're gonna pretty much we all came up with our own topics that we kind of want to talk about. So so yeah, that's what kind of the plan of the night is. And I have my cards here, so if anybody wants me to pull a card, I'll do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. And I just came to be weird.
The moon cards.
Just to be weird.
I have the moon cards, and right before we started live, I cleansed them with the Palo Santo. You guys saw it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am witness to that.
Yeah.
So are we going to do the 420 news?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, yeah, we're also going to do that. So do you want to start, Ransom?
No, I'll wait for you guys to do your things, man.
I thought you said you were going to.
I'm the last one in class to do my presentation.
I got my Harry Potter animal out. See?
For a minute, you sounded kind of like a robot again.
Yeah,
good.
I heard that on my end, too.
It's the aliens. And also, Nizz sounds like Optimus Prime at this point. So maybe
That's so cool.
Okay, no.
I'm gonna talk a lot now. I'm just really gonna talk just so that I can talk, just so you guys can hear me sounding cool like that.
Don't I look cool with white hair though?
You are you Slytherin?
No, I'm just saying white hair is cool, man. That's all I know.
That does look cool. It does. No, it's just you said Harry Potter earlier. Maybe think Slytherin.
You guys have missed this. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm so happy. It's been an awesome birthday week.
Good, that's cool. I'm glad. Did you blow out a cake?
No.
That's
why. Blow out the cake or candles?
So, well, tonight's the full moon, so you can put off your
crystals to charge them with the moonlight.
Oh, your intention.
And you know what?
What do you call that? The
intentions.
No. When you make it real.
Manifesting?
Manifesting?
Manifest it, right? You're manifesting. You're going to make your list and light it on fire and let it out into the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was going to say something. Fairy told me, because when I put my crystals outside, I either put a clear, like in a clear glass container and a clear plate on top to cover it. But she said that they need to be uncovered. They need to be exposed to the elements.
Yeah, why were you filtering it?
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that this time. I guess I'm so attached to them. And it's so funny because I know I have a lot of crystals, but I know exactly if one is missing, I know exactly one is missing. Like I know.
So you heard it here first. She was trying to coddle her crystal, filtered out the moonlight so they didn't get a moon burn.
Like Nizz's quartz, or what happened to yours?
Yeah, remember? Like what happened to my runes, my golden quartz? That's still.
Oh, hi, Kent. Kent Nichols. Hello. I'm glad you stopped by.
What's up, Kent?
And hi, Ken Master.
Ken Master.
Oh, here, I'll type in the chat too.
Yeah. So, what happened to your crystal? Something magically happened, right?
Okay, so I shit you not, I really do believe, I really do, it looks like they were struck by lightning or something, but no, yeah, but it didn't break the outside of the crystal. It just looks like there's fissures or breaks that are underneath the surface of the crystals, which is really weird.
So you're trying to say they're crap rocks now?
They are not crap rocks, they've been upgraded.
Rocks that are cracked, excuse me, I said that.
I have a question. Deborah Tucker, I don't know if you got to see the reading I did for you on my birthday. For some reason, I skip you. I thought I did. Whatever. Your reading is at the end. So I don't know if you got a chance to watch it or not. But if you watch it, let me know if anything resonates. I'm just very curious. And hi, Tambert. Thank you for just dropping by. She says, just drop in to say hi. Looks like you're having a great night. Yes. Watch it or not. You know, Tambert is Fairy Frequency's sister.
No way. I didn't. You learn something new every day.
My touch screen is not working.
That's awesome. Is that you making all that extra noise in the background, Ransom?
Yes. My touch screen wouldn't respond to mute it, so, you know, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Now I'm there. Now it's working. I wanted to pop out and join the chat, man.
Do it up.
Look, and I'm so witty. Look, I put yo.
Angel Munez.
Happy birthday, belated. I told you on Facebook or Twitter or something. I don't know. But happy birthday again, bro.
You can never have too many happy birthdays, even on your very merry on birthday, which is today.
And hi, Deborah Tucker.
Hello, and let's see, Angel
hi,
says,
Doc.
Oh, wow, Nizz Skywalker's in the chat.
Fine, I'm going to have to chat with y'all then.
Wendy, Ken, Kent, and who else? The Angel Munez. And Victor Lyons was in here. He said, what up, Raven? Yo. Cool. Happy Friday, and I hope you guys have a good one. I have a project over here I can't show you until I'm done.
Would you stop it?
What?
I have a project over here, but I can't tell anyone.
Nope, it's a secret until it's done.
Okay, I just got a new subscriber called A Lone Wolf. Welcome to the pack.
All right. Whoop, whoop.
Hi, Melvin. Hi, Pamela.
Lone Wolves is how we roll.
That's right. A bunch of lone wolves together in a pack. It's a lone pack.
Oh. Nice. All right, so now that we're talking about the moon, I have my moon cards, so I'm gonna pull the new moon card and see what it says.
Can I have
blue moon?
Can I have the moon card? Sorry.
What, Ransom?
Sorry. Well, wait. Go ahead.
What you said, Ransom?
Delay. No, I said, can I have the wolf card?
Well, do you want to see it?
I'll psychically pull it out of there randomly. I'm putting you on the spot. See, give me the wolfie card. No, I'm just joking. Okay.
Try it, Anna. Just see if you pull it.
I did it, but I didn't pull it.
If you pull it out, though, I already have a ready statement. Look, this one's strong with the dark side.
This is the blue moon.
Oh, wow. That's the one with the explanation of the blue moon.
Isn't it beautiful? I wish you would. Renewal.
Oh, renewal.
Oh, you know what? I should be having it this way.
Renewal.
I wish it would clear up so you guys can see the water and the moon reflecting. Oh, there.
The water and the moon reflecting.
You see it now very clearly.
Yes, I do. Because I forgot to put you guys on the share screen where everybody was the same size this whole time.
Oh. So that's the new moon card. And where did I put my deck? Oh.
I was wondering why I wasn't flipping back and forth when you guys talked. I don't know how to make it do that.
How do you do that to where it looks that way on YouTube?
That's what I mean. One of these, you click it a certain way. I don't know how exactly, but then it'll flash back and forth when you talk if you want people to be full screen. Otherwise, you got to manually like just click on their boxes, you know, like this here, right here. Because, you know, I'm recording. So on my channel, I just made Nizz has the speaking stick right now. She is spotlighted in full screen.
How's it going?
Now let's see. What is Anna doing? She looks like she's up to something, and she showed us her tongue. All right, back to Nizz with the weather.
So you said renewal, Anna?
Yes, renewal.
Okay. Well,
that's correct. That's affirmative.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about the moon, should I just go on and talk about what I was looking at about it? All right. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
And then I can read these things.
Yes.
So go ahead, Nizz. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so as everybody knows, in Western astrology, this new full moon new. The full moon that's happening tomorrow is in Libra. But in Vedic astrology, the full moon is actually in Virgo. And after Anna and I did a little bit of research, we actually looked up the specific nakshatra that it is in for the Vedic astrology. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Vanna. Love it. Thank you. So what we realized is that there are actually aspects about both Western and Vedic that are playing a role in what's going on right now. So we were just going to bring that information to your attention. So the full moon, blue moon, second blue moon in a year, which is quite rare. And actually, would you like to take it from here, Anna, on the celestial events we've been experiencing lately? Back to you, Anna.
Thank you, Nizz.
That's right.
Awesome. So yeah, actually, I was talking to Nizz earlier, and it just came to my attention that, you know, nowadays you hear a lot about thinning of the veil, and you know, the Earth transforming from a different frequency and transforming to different dimensions and stuff.
I feel like I'm in another dimension right now.
You sure look like you are, yeah.
And that's what's cool about it.
So with all that going on, I asked Nizz because like I never really paid too much attention to the moon cycles and stuff till it was just last year. So all of this is new to me, and I've been keeping track, and I don't know much, to be honest. And I asked Nizz, so I wonder, because we've been having a lot of like blue moons. We had one in January, and now we're having again in March. And these are like intense. We have the lunar eclipse in January also. So like, I feel like all of this that is happening, it's meant for us to deal with our shit that we need to deal so we can, you know, have all the things that we want to manifest in our lives.
Yeah.
So, and what you said when I asked you about the blue moons, if that's a normal thing, a common thing.
Yeah. And I was like, no, that's rare. We're having so many rare events happening this year. And yeah, like Anna was saying, that it seems like we're all being forced to face a lot of things, to clear things out, because there's a bigger mission. Like there's something bigger abroad, and we're getting prepared for it. It's like a lot of us are already ready. So it's at the point where we're being forced to just get our shit together, get our shit in gear and do this.
Deal with it. And also one thing that I've been learning, and I told you, and I'm curious to know what's your opinion, Ransom, is that the universe, you know, when it's trying to make a big transformation in your life, it's going to put things to you that is going to make you feel uncomfortable so you can deal with those situations.
Oh, you mean life lesson?
Yes.
Yes. Well, everything's a life lesson, is it not?
Yes.
I mean, like, even no matter what you do, if you make a couple mistakes, you know, like after a couple times, you just don't do that no more. Is that the universe that just stopped throwing it your way, or did you just figure out how to navigate the universe? I don't know.
What was the last thing you said? What?
Well, I always wonder, is it really like a mystical thing where the universe put it in front of you, or did you just figure out how to navigate the universe in front of you?
It's both.
Aha.
It is both.
Aha.
Aha.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Legit. It is so both.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Me too.
Yeah, it's well, when you see the signs and you see what you have to work with, you know your potentials, and then you know what you have to work with for manifestation purposes.
But so I do have to say something. I think it's very, 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 very important to be honest with yourself. Yeah, you can't lie to yourself. You have to be completely honest with yourself, and
you shouldn't lie to anyone.
Huh?
You shouldn't lie to anyone, much less yourself, of all people. If you can't trust yourself, then what's the fucking point?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's very important, because without that key ingredient, you can't transformation can happen.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and anyways. I think a lot that's happening with this transformation, especially, is like the big thing, the huge thing that keeps popping up for me is liberation. And makes sense. Western astrology, the full moon is in Libra. What happens when we liberate ourselves? We break out of cycles. We like free ourselves from oppressions and slaveries, and I think a lot of us are having reality checks of, you know, like the things that we lie to ourselves about, that we impose on ourselves.
Can I ask you guys too, and the audience though, because this has something to do with your liberation. Do you want liberty or do you want freedom? Because they're vastly different words. You might not think they are because they're used together so often, but you know, when a military person goes on leave, they're at liberty to leave. Whenever someone says, I'm not at liberty to say, meaning that they don't have permission. Liberty, permission, freedom is choice. So when you have liberties, those are permissions. The government gave you permission to do that. You have the liberty to do that. But freedom is your choice.
Well, I see what you're saying. I can totally see what you're saying. But at the same time, liberation is more like working with what you have to make it work.
Pamela's saying free will.
But free, and free will.
Liberated, like anything in history, when they say someone was liberated, what happened? Someone came there and let them free. Someone else, not you. Someone else liberated you. If you liberated yourself, that just means you claimed your freedom. You decided that only you can give yourself permission.
Yes.
To progress, right? Like you were saying, you felt like you were liberated. So you give yourself liberty.
Yes. Oh, I see where you're going with that. Okay. At first I was like, what? I get what you're saying now. Okay, yeah. Because, well, and also, according to the government, our freedom can always be taken away. I mean, there's ways.
No, that's incorrect. According to our Constitution, it cannot be taken away. It's inalienable.
Exactly.
Martial law.
Martial law ain't in the Constitution, is it? So that means that they've declared war on the civilians.
Good thinking. But if that were to happen,
why we got the Second Amendment?
Well, but if that were to happen, how many people would actually be able to successfully stand up against that? Just like, how are we supposed to handle the chemtrails?
In reality, if there ever was a martial law situation where the government turned on the people, the civil war that would ensue afterwards would start in the government. It wouldn't start with the civilians. It would start within the government, because if the government was all of one mind, kind of like a socialist thing where everybody they were so scared to do something else that they would be killed, like in Nazi Germany or whatever. They all did what they were told because they knew what happened to people that weren't. Their spouse would get a little box with some ashes in it, you know, because they either turned on them or whatever happened. But with the U.S., you know that someone's not going to want to go to Ohio if they're from here when they just live in Indiana and it's real similar and the people there look similar. They're going to not be okay with that. Some people will be. They'll be fine with it.
Right.
I'm just following orders. I don't care. They told me to come here. That's what they said for me to do. Other people will be like, you know what? That guy looks like my cousin. I'm not shooting him.
Right.
So then it would trickle down. But as far as technological, we have no chance. If it was the citizens versus the government and they were all of one mind, we have no way.
Chance.
They have too much technology. It would have to start within the government. So that means that if you're still feeling free today, that's because there are people in the government that are keeping a balance, and it's very thin.
Well, we're not as free. I mean, technically we're not really.
No, that's an illusion, but there are people that are trying to keep it at least where we're comfortably free.
So back to what I was saying, it's about liberating yourself.
That's
giving
right.
yourself permission. Yeah.
And there's I want to say something to that, because I've been learning about karmic relationships. Right. And well, I see karmic relationships maybe in a different way that most people still think, because how I see them is that there's karmic relationships are relationships that you were put in those situations, in that path to learn, to have a different experience and to learn. And then once you achieve that, then that was the karmic relationship. So I think a lot of the karmic relationships are coming to like an end. So yeah, like friendships.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
So,
I think.
Sorry, I was gonna ask.
And I think that's also is part of this whole new like cleansing thing, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, back to Nizz's point that I cut off because she almost got there twice. I fucked it up the first time. I'm not saying names. Okay. Somebody else did it the second time.
Rude.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, I'll shut up.
No, our tangents are fine. I'm just messing with you. So, but I kind of want to talk about what you were talking about as far as the karmic relationships. I think that there are people that are placed in our lives, or that we end up, pursuing things within our lives that, like you said, are not only meant to teach us a lesson, but there's something that we're supposed to be offering them as well. It's supposed to be an exchange of different lessons.
Yes.
And I think that you're right. Like, even in a lot of karmic relationships, a lot of people are not necessarily ending the relationships, but getting rid of what no longer serves well in the relationship in order to make things more balanced. It seems like there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, yeah. And that's a lot about like what you're talking about with the blue moon, renewal. It's renewing something means that you're like, maybe I should look up the definition before I just say it, but to me, renewal
that was pretty easy. Renew, so new again, right?
Yeah, so it's taking something that you already have, like, yourself or whatever, and just improving it and making it work for you.
And also, well, that's in Virgo. Okay, I'll no, that's in you're talking about Libra, right?
Libra, yeah.
Okay, never mind. I will hold my comment when you will talk about Virgo.
Well, that's okay. We can go ahead and, we pretty much covered, and there's a lot of videos out, Higher Self has put out videos about moon and Virgo. I don't really see a lot about the Vedic, the moon.
Yes, it's true.
Moon in Libra for Western. Oh my gosh, moon in Virgo for the freaking Vedic. Wow.
You guys should, I don't know if you guys watch her yet or not, but this woman, her name is Aluna, 9D Clairvoyant. Oh my gosh. Aluna Ash Clairvoyant 9D. She's amazing.
She knows what's up.
She does Vedic. I can't say it.
Vedic. You said it right like 3 times in a row right there. Vedic.
Get out of here.
Whatever. She does that too. She knows both. She talks about it both. Yeah, I think she self-taught that. But anyways, I can read what the card of renewal for in my deck says.
Okay, go for it. You do it.
Awesome.
It says, a blue moon makes her appearance twice in 1 month, or a fourth full moon in a season. This phenomenon occurs because our calendar is not synchronized with the natural cycles of the moon or the sun. She does hold a definite energy about her, though. Humans cannot help but notice an appearance of a blue moon regardless. We are captivated by her. The blue moon is a reminder. Remember your fullness. Remember your magnetic power. Remember your essence in the core of your soul and move from there. There may be chaos around you or emotions may be amplified in your situations, but know that this heightened energy will pass. The storm will pass and is passing. She's renewing your heart and your new path. You are being given a second chance. Allow this reminder to renew hope in your soul and connect to your vitality. OMG, it's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's so nuts. See, we're so much more in tune.
And you know what? Didn't I tell you? No, actually, yeah, I told you, Nizz, that I was feeling intense emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So
we all like intense emotions. That's human beings' favorite kind. I mean, think about it. All the intense emotions got cool names and like color coded and all that shit. You got green for envy and red for mad and all of that other shit that they kind of convince you. I see the color spectrum different than that, though.
Right.
So what color do you picture when someone says the word cool? Blue. Yellow. Really?
Blue.
Mellow. I think you meant mellow. Yellow.
I don't know why, but I think yellow.
That's because mellow is cool too, bro.
Yellow is mellow.
Hi, Heidi M. Sorry, I haven't say hi. Hi, Heidi M. And Pamela says perfect synchronicity. Yeah.
Synchro.
Pretty cool. So, from what I was researching about the moon being in Virgo, is that we're moving out of the Pisces energy where people have been doing a lot of their soul work, inner work, connecting on the etheric level. But as we go into Virgo, that's the earth sign. So that's where we're putting all of our things that we've worked on spiritually into physical practice. And we're finding that balance in our, our earthly everyday lives. So, and that's playing right into everything as well. So I think both are pretty accurate.
Yeah, I agree. And I wanted to read the Virgo card in my the book. And I also have the Libra, but since you just talked about the Virgo, I'm going to mention this. So this one is considered is the healer card.
I like it.
Then you see, I think there's a girl in the middle and there's some wheat. So I guess from the seeds that you've been building, they're gonna
the seeds you've been sowing.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I can't. It won't focus. But whatever. So let's see what it says.
But whatever.
It says Virgos are okay. So Virgo is an earth sign, and I actually have a Virgo rising in Western. So. Anyway, Virgos are the grounded, practical mystics of the zodiac. The Mercury rules priestess is whole unto herself and very connected to Gaia. Herbalism and holistic healing comes natural to Virgos. Virgos need to watch out for compulsive tendencies and the need for perfection. Remember, there is beauty in the wilds and untamed nature. So here it says for a full moon, it's good when the Virgo moon helps you organize and plan your next step. Remain flexible and not rigid to keep things flowing. And on a full moon, it says connect with plant allies and make a herbal elixir.
Hey, did it just say that Virgos are obsessive?
No.
It did.
Compulsive.
Compulsive to do what?
Whatever they're compulsive about.
What's the word that they use with compulsive?
Compulsive tendencies. And the need for perfection.
Yes, I think that's obsessive compulsive and a need for perfection.
Yes.
Obsessive compulsive. Yes.
Yes, I'm OCD, okay? Yes,
she admitted it. No, I'm just joking. We grilled her long enough. I am.
Hi, Doc. Doc Illusion is
how's
here.
It going?
Do you guys know what Doc's talking about 2026? Can you? I don't get it. I don't know.
Wait,
maybe
what?
I missed something in the chat earlier or something.
Wait, what?
Something's happening on 2026. It looked important.
As May 15, Uranus is going to be in Taurus. Till 2026 will be fun. I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but let's leave my anus out of it.
That's funny. Yep, Ken Nichols, I agree. He says truth is quite simple, actually.
You know what? That's true. It is so true. But even though it's simple, it's hard to do sometimes. And there can be so many layers.
I trip on that every day. The things that are simple that you sit around and think about, I should do this, I should do that. And they're all simple things. There's just so many of them that you end up not doing the simplest things.
Yeah. So Neo is on, and hi Neo, hi Rob M.
Hello.
And if everyone is wondering what am I drinking, I'm not drinking alcohol because I don't drink alcohol. I'm drinking water on my cup. But well, I just put more water. But I was drinking green tea.
It's vodka.
No, I don't like vodka. I don't like
alcohol.
Ever
since that wine incident with you guys, I know. No, and I didn't even drink before that, so I don't even know what the F I was thinking. Oh my gosh, Ransom, are your eyes crossed?
Yeah. Well, I got kicked with a mule when I was about 11. Yeah. I'm just kidding. That damn mule.
This is a fun Friday night, you guys.
Yes, I miss this. I miss doing this, all of us together.
Howdy.
So,
hi, Death Star.
3 is balance. I told you, man.
Yes. Oh, talking about 3s, don't get me started. I still see 3.
33.
I'm a life path.
Yeah, and I'm a life path 11, and 11 times 3 is 33. Woo!
Oh shit!
Oh my God, those locos comocos!
What the crazy cat shit on? No, I'm just joking.
Okay, I'm gonna read the Libra card.
Oh, okay.
Focus, people.
Focus.
Okay, do you have any Libra in you, Nizz? Or
whoa, where?
That sounded very forward. That sounded very forward. I believe I was kicked out of a club one night for saying something similar. Whoa, we're going there.
I'm sure, I don't know.
Okay, never mind. Sorry for asking. My bad.
Well, obviously not. She's here on Friday. Oh, look, that was wrong. I'm just joking.
I guess I could look up my chart if that's what you're talking about.
Well,
no, it's okay. All right, so Librans are the peacemakers of the zodiac. They strive for harmony and balance in everything they do. They're wonderful listeners and make great counselors. Ruled by Venus, relationships are a big part of their identity, and codependency could become an issue. Music can send them deep into their subconscious. It is important for this Aries sign to speak their truth, even if it brings confrontation. And it says, when the moon is in Libra, take some time to relax and create peace in your life in a Libran moon. Conflicts will be hard to deal with at this time. And in the full moon, it says, cultivate loving relationships.
Let's do it.
You notice they always talk about cultivation and growing when it comes to relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a plant and you have to water it and feed it and all that shit. And it grows with you and it puts out branches. And if you don't keep the plant in check, it will strangle you.
It will strangle you? Not like that.
That's right. Some plants wrap around things until the thing that it wrap around dies.
But what if I don't want my plant to do that?
That's what I'm saying. You got to keep your relationship in check so that it does not strangle you. Your relationship is like a plant. It grows. You have to cultivate it, and cultivating it means you have to work on it. It's not just a wild fucking plant. You let it go.
And if you don't cultivate it, it dies.
No, or it goes wild. That's what I'm saying. You don't want just a wild plant growing on anything, doing whatever. You got to cultivate it.
What if
Heidi M said morning glories?
Yeah.
Good morning.
What if we want to be wild? You know?
Hey, you could be a wild plant. Just out there.
Yeah, eventually.
Wrapping your vines and your roots around just random other plants out there in the wild. Ooh, wow.
What?
Get out of here with that.
Yeah. Hey, well, when you make a thing into a plant, there's just so many ways you could go. There's also what the man-eating fly trap or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Pamela says that's right. It will take all the water. Oh, hey, C Golden.
Moisture for sure.
Good one.
C Golden says I'm a wild coca plant.
Oh wow, a coca plant or a cocoa plant?
Coca.
Oh, so we're just, is that why we're up on the full moon tonight on Friday? I'm too old for the coca plant.
No comment.
I did that back in the 90s. We'll leave it there.
Everything you did back in the 90s.
Well, that was my, who gives a shit? Well, and the early 2000s. So between 2000.
Oh, he says coca means chocolate.
No, that's cocoa, man. Coca is cocaine.
¿Quieres la coca?
True.
Cocaíno or qué? Or you just want some chocolate?
This is too funny.
Well, I thought he was talking about coca líneas there. We're going to do some líneas here for tonight. The lines are straight. I'm just kidding.
I'm beside
myself. Golden says, oh, snap. I don't do drugs. I do chocolate. LOL.
That is a drug.
And ice cream.
By all standards.
It's all about ice cream with Z.
Well, chocolate is a drug. That's why they even tell you, when you're lonely, when you're depressed, you eat chocolate to make you feel better because it puts off endorphins in your head, just like what? Drugs.
Heidi M says, LOL, Ransom knows his slang.
Oh, I do. Yo quiero pinche placo frajo de marijuana, but instead I just got this big sage-packed bad boy instead.
Okay. C Golden says, LOL, ice cream.
Ice cream!
We all scream.
For ice cream.
Space.
Raw.
Heidi M says, melted heroin like brain response.
Whoa, that's right.
I like chips. I like hot chips. That's my addiction.
With melted cheese.
Put off endorphins too, man. And they're a good antihistamine. So for those of you that don't really like spicy food, there is a medical purpose for them. Like if you're really stuffy with the flu or any of that shit, get you some hot ass chili of some kind. Habanero, green chili, jalapenos, whatever, and just some fresh shit right up in there. And it'll open that right up.
Oh, you know what?
Wasabi.
That'll work.
Wendy Howe said, same with fries, Heidi. So some cheese with fries. But you know what I like with my fries?
A shake.
White gravy.
Out of here.
White gravy?
Yeah.
That's country.
In fact, I used to eat that in high school.
Yeah, you went to a country high school, didn't you?
What do you eat? What did you eat in high school?
White gravy.
French fries with white gravy in the lunch cafeteria.
Okay.
That means you don't like mustard on
That's how I find out because I was new here. We don't do that in Mexico.
You don't like mustard on your biscuits.
Hi,
you like
Jill.
white gravy.
Nice seeing you, girl. Glad you stopped by.
All right, Reagan.
So simple. Simple said ketchup with fries.
Ooh, gross.
Or I like ketchup with buffalo sauce too.
You guys don't want to eat it like those
ketchup,
people that
French fries with buffalo sauce.
You know, people eat it with mayonnaise too. It's gross. Yeah, but they do it.
I can't do mayonnaise.
But I've seen people dogging it like it's delicious. I just haven't had the balls to try it.
Yeah, you know what I don't like? I don't like what's the name of that sauce that they give you with fish? Tartar sauce?
Tartar sauce. I hate
tartar or cocktail.
What?
Sauce.
It took you a long time to say that, Nizz. I like how you
don't know what's going on
for us. She was like, it's cocktail. Thanks for emphasizing the syllables for us.
The syllables are the beats of our language. It's like music, okay?
Somebody said disco already.
What's happening?
No, but that is cool. You don't like tartar sauce, huh? So you just eat your fish all salty and dry. Ugh.
Okay, so
back to the subject that we were talking about, the moon.
Yeah, the moon.
That's right.
I think we pretty much covered it. Or did you want to read Asta? Or is it Asta?
Yeah, because I have the Nextratra's book, but it really goes more in detail. I got this book from the guest that Heidi Vanderberg had.
Cool.
Prash Trivedi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys, do you remember watching it, Heidi?
Yep.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, yeah, I remember.
Okay.
He's a cool dude.
Anyway, yeah. So it's kind of weird how it breaks it down, because it's in the nakshatra of Hasta, right?
Yes.
Is Virgo, from 10 degrees Virgo to 23, 20 Virgo. So it says that Hasta, what was that paragraph that I read to you guys? Okay, yeah. So Hasta is the nakshatra most closely associated with cooperation in order to achieve the intent goal. The cooperation, however, has very little to do with friendship, as there is a distant lack of trust in all Hasta bondings. I don't know. And then it says the deity that is Hasta.
Which one is that?
Savitar.
Savitar?
Yes. Just like the previous two nakshatras, a solar deity presides over Hasta. This solar deity is named Savitar. His name has two translations, the impeller and the first rays of the rising sun. As an impeller, Savitar is seen as the god who gives life. Hasta is therefore known as the nakshatra which aids childbirth. The first ray of the rising sun represents the awakening potential of a Hasta in all Asian cultures and civilizations. The first ray of sun were a signal for all people to begin their day's activity. Its function being similar to an alarm clock today. We can thus infer as that Hasta has all to do with the terms of activity and alertness. Hasta is the proverbial wake-up call, a term which should be read from both material and spiritual perspectives.
Wow. That's nuts. Okay, so it's pretty much like what we were talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so Doc Illusion said, innovation, technological advances, and humanitarian achievements through the process of disruption and disassembly. The sign associated with Uranus is Aquarius.
Oh, wow, the butt is watery.
Oh my God. It is what it is.
I'm just joking. That's all right, because Avatar, the sun chariot, will dry it up. So.
I ain't saying nothing.
I could read more. That was only just a paragraph.
Actually, Savitar is pretty cool. He's got everybody like hanging out at his feet and stuff. So like.
Oh, there's a picture of him?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I'm gonna
there's
try
lots
to
of
search
them, I bet. As long as there's some weird movie too, like with the robot guy that's named that too. So you got to tell it you want the Vedic Savitar.
The Vedic.
Because I watched this dumb sci-fi movie.
Okay, I'm gonna screen share.
Do it. I dare you.
Okay, it's a deity. Well, why did I search? I wanted to see a picture.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, bam. Look at him. He's an important dude. All those horses. Got the
so there's like a chariot, kind of?
Yeah, it's the sun chariot.
Ooh, the sun, look at the rising sun, you see the sun.
Yeah.
And what does he have in one? What is that gold thing? And what is the other one?
Can you zoom in?
I don't know.
No, you went to Hindu history. But that's cool.
I don't know how to. Hold
on. If you go back and then click on view.
Save it.
Image? Where's view image?
They took that out of there.
Why?
I don't know why. That pissed me off too.
What is going on? Is anything real anymore?
No, they changed stuff. Only the ones that the people agree that they don't care if you take it has that. But you can still steal it though. You just right click, steal it, still. It still gets the original one. Just make sure you get a high resolution one so it won't look tiny when you open it.
All right. Well, we saw what it looks like, right?
Yeah, we did. We saw it. And what is that? That guy's like, was that like 7 horsepower or 5 horsepower? So his chariot's got some balls,
I didn't count. How many were there?
I think there was 5.
No. Are you looking at the chat at all?
No, not right now. Right. We're thinking about sun chariots and how many horses driving it.
Because C Golden is asking, can Nizz or Ransom see the chat? Question mark.
I can, but I haven't been looking at it. What I can do.
That is actually really good for us.
What happened in the chat? Was there an emergency 911?
I don't know.
But yes, I can see it.
I'm looking at it
Howdy,
now.
Milky Way. See, mine's all behind. That's why I get mad.
Milky Way, Clay.
Hi, Milky.
Mine's all behind. I bet he's been here for a while already.
I think he was, yes. Okay, so Doc Illusion says Taurus is the sign that encompasses our relationships with the physical world. This includes our bodies, the earth, animal, food source, resources, money, and how we assign value to these things. Cool.
Wow,
you guys are making Easter baskets?
No. Oh, yeah. Pamela is gonna, not Pamela, I'm sorry. Wendy Howell is gonna come to my channel and she's gonna open her Easter basket box that Pamela made for Wendy's daughter, I think. That's gonna be tomorrow at 7:30 Central Time.
Awesome.
Kent says, trust your own intuition, peeps. This world has many info traps and peeps to tell you all about them blindly. Yeah, I agree.
Traps, though.
I agree.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I do that, though.
I can't do Easter, man.
Not blindly, but like
sometimes chocolate, man. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk on you.
What, Nizz?
You're good. Oh no, I was gonna say I don't necessarily talk blindly, but there are times where I like throw out. Okay, this is something I've been struggling with, you guys. there are times where I get these I feel like I'm on track with something, and then I share it because I'm excited about it, and then I realize later on that I tweak, like I was on the right track, but it's like wasn't time for me to say it yet, so I got to tweak it a little bit. But
yeah, but I don't think. Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
But as long as we're trying to work, you know, that's what my higher self keeps telling me. I need to allow myself to make mistakes, and that's an issue that I have.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a hard lesson you learned.
Doc Illusion says we pay to get our basic needs meet belongs to Taurus and the second house of personal wealth. Their planet Venus likewise rules over the physical luxuries and sensational experience of the physical plane.
Somebody said I had a small, but didn't say what. And that's a bank account because I answered. Small bank account. Kissing in the tree. Kissing. Is that what you're talking about? Like the nursery rhyme song?
I agree with you, Doc Illusion. Doc Illusion was saying, I'm sorry, am I throwing you off, Ransom?
No, you go right ahead.
Oh, where he's saying that, let's see, there's a brief synopsis as I said, deep, except a lot of changes coming. I lost it. A lot of changes coming soon. It's getting a huge push. Everything that has been building recently. Yeah. And I agree. There's actually something that I had, a big decision that I had made recently that I was pushed into, like the universe kind of forced me into it. There was like all of these series of events that were just getting me to a point where I was like explosive and made a choice. Not realizing, and you know what, you guys, like I that's why some of the reason why I withdrew a lot, because I felt like a piece of shit, because I felt like I made a mistake. I felt like I made the wrong choice. I felt like I allowed my ego to take over to make me do something that wasn't meant to be. And the universe is pretty much telling me and showing me that all of that was necessary in order for the change to occur, that in order for the outcome that I wanted to happen. It just didn't happen as smoothly as the way I wanted it to. But like, remember we were talking about that earlier, Anna? When the universe presents you something and with something, and if it goes real smooth, we don't learn or appreciate it as much as when it's difficult.
Right. And like I told you, the universe will present with uncomfortable situations, not situations that you feel comfortable, then you're not really going to learn anything because you're comfortable. You're never going to step out of your comfort zone to, try to do your inner work because you're comfortable. Right. So yes, it will bring situations right on your face that is going to make you uncomfortable as fuck, to be honest with you. But you just have to deal with it. And it's brought up for a reason. It's, if you're dealing right now with something very specific and it's triggering you, it's for a reason. You need to deal with it. You need to get the bottom of it and find out what is it. So you can, leave that behind, because obviously it's not serving you. It's just bringing you down and, keeping you in the lower vibration. The lower vibration. So you need to shed that. And I told you this before, right. So you can have more space to bring new,
more abundance in.
Abundance, yes.
Yep.
So,
and
Rob M asks, why do gorillas have big nostrils? And that's because they have no nasal bone, large skulls. They're large animals that live at a high altitude and need a lot of oxygen when they move. And then, or it's his answer, which is that they just have really big fingers because, they got to get in there and get that.
That's the first thing I was going to say.
The fingers are big. That's a good one.
It's the shape of your finger.
That is weird. I bet everybody in the chat room, if you check right now, your finger fits perfectly in your nostril. If you have
like just right. Fingers, the hole was made for it.
They fit perfect in there. It's like God or somebody designed you where your finger could fit in your nose. You ever notice it fits right in your ear too? And I'm not going to say the other holes that it might fit in, but it's weird. You notice you could reach all of them too.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, you're designed to reach every one of those holes. And if God didn't want you to masturbate, he would have definitely made our arms like really short, like up here.
Oh, wow. You completely went there.
Some people would still find a way.
I'm just playing off of Rob M because that was a good joke because the fingers are big. They got big fingers.
That's pretty good.
I have to use that one. Tell my son that. I bet that'll crack his ass up.
Oh God.
Anyways.
Okay, now back to keeping away from the spirits or something.
What?
No, our own prisons that we create, that we trap ourselves in, is our comfort zones. So if something is comfortable, that's like, that when we stop learning.
Right. That's right, because every time I sit in that recliner chair over there, I try to watch a learning program and then my eyes just shut and I fall asleep. So you're right. As soon as I got comfortable, the learning was over. I have to sit in here and hurt my back to learn stuff. I can't do it on the recliner chair. It's too comfortable.
Right. And that's a good point.
That was just an analogy. I don't ever sit on that fucking thing over there. Old people, they pick a recliner chair and that's when they die, when they get a favorite seat. Why? So don't get a favorite seat at home. If you sit in the same spot all the time, you're almost gone. You're almost out of here.
Wendy Howell say comfort zone is a trap.
That's right. The comfort zone.
Yeah, we got to be forced to be made on. And I'll tell you guys that legit that happened to me. I was so freaking uncomfortable and vulnerable, and I don't know if anyone noticed, but like there's all kinds of videos that I had made that are deleted now. Like, who did that?
So in other words,
I was feeling insecure. I was feeling vulnerable. I was feeling weird.
So you're saying if you get comfortable and relax and get complacent, that you're actually what we call around here, you just got caught slipping, and that's when life slaps you in the face.
Yeah.
You just thought everything was dandy and you didn't have to try no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the universe is gonna be like, you
don't get caught
but
slipping.
You know what? I also was been feeling, I mean, not to like you, but I was feeling also, it's been rough months. It's been up and down, and there's certain times of month where like I get these emotions that I'm like, what the hell is this coming from? Like, and not good emotions. Like, I mean, it also has good, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, why is this happening to me? I'm not that person. And it doesn't feel like myself. And also with the stupid headaches and feeling drained doesn't help. So
do you guys ever look around when you have a random thought that doesn't seem like a thought that you would think of because that's not your personality? And we all do it. You just like a random thought, like a bad idea or something stupid, or you see something and then you picture a scenario. You ever wonder if you're not really actually picking up someone else around you in your immediate areas thoughts? Because I always wonder, like when you just thought that, did you look around at McDonald's and say, did somebody in here just think that shit? Because that's fucked up. Because I wouldn't think that. So somebody thought it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was laughing for a comment. I was not laughing of what you were saying, Ransom. Sorry.
No, I didn't care if you were. I'm good with being laughed at. But I'm just saying, did you ever think of that? Maybe that's not your thought.
Sometimes it's not, and you're
like, because it really doesn't seem to be your thought, and if it is your thought, then you're thinking, what the fuck's wrong with me? Why did I think that?
Yeah, that happens to me, especially when I'm in that state where I'm vulnerable because I'm not balanced. So I'm allowing all this shit to affect me. So
and it might not be a human.
And it's hard to connect. It's hard to connect, and you kind of feel, even though we're not alone, but you kind of feel alone because you can't connect. You just feel like bleh.
Yeah.
What if those thoughts aren't human though? Like all of the shit we talk about with the exorcisms and the dark energies and the shadow peoples and the leprechauns and whatever else. I'm just saying, it might not even be a human thought.
Oh, well, yeah. So on that note, like what I could totally see, you know, the archons or the shadow factions or what, you know, all of it combined. When we leave ourselves open like that, then we leave ourselves open to manipulation for those things to attach to us, and we end up doing things that aren't true to ourselves.
Yes,
because we've allowed that.
I did a story on the Exorcist lady, and she said just that's how all of these people, you know, in her Catholic view of the world, that these demons that are in all these people is only because they allowed themselves to have fear or anxiety or depression, and then they just let it right in like it's a comfortable home where where its nature is, you know, with negativity. Yeah. And then like, remember that one night we were all, and I'm pretty sure that was us three, right? We were talking about how people will do something to you, and then you feel the need to, you know, you feel the need to not like them or to have a grudge against them. And that little darkness, that little thing that you took from them grows inside of you. And I recently talked to Eva Moses Core, that she's a Holocaust survivor. I interviewed her the other day. I haven't put it out on the thing.
Surprise guest that we were gonna have. That was the surprise guest that we kind of mentioned it last time we were on. But she could only do it at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was Ransom's guest. So
she wanted to, but one of her points is that you wake up in the morning, right? And that if you make your first thought of the day a positive idea or a goal for the day, that for the rest of the day, you're already on a positive note because that's the way you chose to start. Now, if you wake up and you think about, you know, this is bothering me, that's bothering me, that's what you're going to do all day. And pretty much what goes into your mind, if it's positive, then you put out positive. If it's negative, you allow to go in your mind. You're going to put out negative.
If you feed negativity, you're going to get negativity. If you feed positivity, you're going to get that. You're going to manifest that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep hearing the same messages from different everywhere. Like, you know, whether it's Buddhist or Hindu or Christian or, you know, ancient text or people's new philosophies, they end up saying the same thing. Whenever it's really positive, it's down to the main idea of you get to decide what you let in and put out. That's your choice.
Yeah.
Yes. And sometimes it seems like there are things that you go through that were not your choice, and really it is. And you just kind of have to go with it and trust the universe.
I know it's kind of spooky though, because
it's hard. It's so hard.
Those whatevers that get in you, and you come to realize that you're the one that let it in, and only you can really force it out. Like you were saying about the liberty, you kind of got to push it out, give yourself permission to have freedom to do something.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't do it never seems to work for nobody, does it?
Oh, there's no such thing as can't.
Right?
That means that there's no way possible. There's no way that you can possibly do it.
I meet people all the time that say that I can't do this. And I'm thinking, oh, you've already given up then. So
yeah.
Exactly.
There's always
that actually quite simple and elegant. I don't know. But yeah.
Yes.
So
good point, Z. He said, if you believe in a trap, then there will be a trap. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah. Like putting yourself in the trap. Isn't that how most traps work? The animal puts themselves in it?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because then they made the choice. So, you know.
Yeah. So I shouldn't feel guilty when I catch the rat.
Your hands are clean.
Hey, you chose to come over here and get ate.
Yep.
You chose to jump in front of that bullet I brought hunting. So I don't know what you're crying about, dear.
Yep, exactly.
No, I'm just joking.
It's pretty much the way it is, though.
Actually, you know what sucks is if it ever came to it where I had to go out in nature and actually do hunting that I know how to do. I mean, I will eat to live, but it would be depressing. Like for me personally, like having to go out in the wilderness and find some animal that's minding its own business and then dinner time.
Wow.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to depress you. It's an imaginary Bambi. I didn't really murder a Bambi. Calm down.
I don't appreciate your words, even if they're imaginary.
Poor Bambi. No, I was gonna actually say or present what I wanted to talk about tonight.
Do it.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Sorry, I have the messenger open, but I have it open because I want to show you guys something.
You know, you could save a picture to your hard drive and not show everybody your messenger. Just saying. Technological piece of advice.
It's fine. Okay.
You don't want to show us what you and your hubby talk about?
Oh my God. Okay, so can you guys see that?
Yep. The descent of spirit into matter, right?
Yes. Is there any way you can do it? I found this last night, and like it came out of like I was looking at something, and this just popped up. And I've been like very curious about all these dimension things because, you know, we keep hearing, I keep hearing all the time that the third dimension and the 3D and the 4D, and now the Earth is going through a transformation to go into a 5D. And 5D. I'm like, okay. And then this came along, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is there any way you could kind of zoom in and go from the bottom up?
No. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
This is like a ghost story where the spirit turns to matter, or the matter just turns into spirit.
That doesn't even matter.
That doesn't matter. If spirit is matter or not.
Just kidding.
This is what the aliens look like when they look over your bed.
What?
That's scary. God. Whatever.
Okay, so
yeah, because that happens all the time.
So then when I looked at that, and you know, in that chart it had a lot of different levels,
right?
It had different levels. I wanted to see what was the different levels of ascension, right?
Oh, right. Wow.
And I found 2 websites, and they pretty much explain it really well, and there's like different steps, and I thought it would be kind of fun to read them and go through them and see like where we're at and like your opinions.
I want to see how far we've ascended.
Hold on.
Ascended like from our bodies into a spiritual being. Is that correct? What we're talking about?
Say that again.
I think it's just a higher state of consciousness.
Well, I thought ascension was once your body transmuted.
Yes, to a light body. Yes.
Oh, into it, yes.
Body behind. In other words, we're talking about death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I just wanted to know where we were at here.
Well, no, here. We'll find out about this. Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot now.
Fly with the angels, man.
Not like death, like what you think, though.
So this one.
That's the point in which I know.
Shut up, you guys.
Sorry. It's Ransom's fault.
Yes.
Oh God. Shh.
Shh. All right. Shh.
So it says that the 12 stages of body ascension, right?
Yep.
So it says here, we are aware that while the planet is undergoing into a shift of higher frequency because she is living, moving energy system, all who resides within her energy field will also experience this realignment. So you guys knew that? Mm-hmm. Consequently, I would like to discover this article in 2 issues. Okay, the first link, what many are experiencing as the planet undergoes her transformation, which is the term called creation of the light body. So the next few pages will outline the different stages we may experience at this occur and how manifesting in our own energy fields. Example about flu, headaches, etc. The process of transitioning into light is a gradual one, We are not matter one day, a pure light, and the next. No, we are not matter one day and pure light the next. Our energy fields are infused with a real line to light gradually, or else we would experience electrical burnout. Okay, so this is interesting. In the text, Revelation from an Archangel, Ascension to the 12th Dimension, Archangel Ariel states that the entire crystalline structure of matter was activated to third level light body for all planetary inhabitants in April 1989. Creation of the light body is due to the planet's current transition process and is not an optional experience or a process. Beings not wishing to be part of the process at this time would choose death by accident, natural disaster, or decay and disease. So what do you think so far?
Wow.
Pretty groovy.
As mentioned,
No, yeah, keep going. I'm interested.
As mentioned previously, it is foretold that they will continue their cycle of evolution on another planet of frequency compared to their own. There is no judgment. It is just the changing nature of energy. According to Ariel, the light body is gradually created through the transmutation of our current physical body as it mutates and absorbs more light. Again, this is interconnected with the realignment of our energy fields to the higher frequencies and higher octaves of light. And the following information describes the actual physical process and common symptoms that as this change occurs. We are evolving and absorbing light to our own space. Some of us are consciously working with the changes, and so the transmutation is quicker. So we are unaware, some are unaware and absorbing this light and changing in direct relation to planet change. However, we can classify this creation into levels. So he's gonna, or she, I don't know, is gonna say the different levels that in their experience.
How many is there altogether?
12. 12.
12. So
this
I'm real
person.
About number 11.
Okay, so here we go. The 11 level.
No,
all levels.
No, wait, I'm sorry.
Well, this level, it says the level 11. All levels of light body has been constructed and activated and are connected to your physical body via spin points. These light matrix lie along the physical acupuncture meridians and are lines of light intersecting into beautiful geometries. A new 5-dimension circulatory system of light.
Yeah.
Cellular regeneration has been completed. Time is no longer linear but simultaneous. Past, present, and future coexist. All exist in parallels. There is no separation, and you will fully manifest your vision of heaven on earth and express it in ecstasy of spirit. In this frame of conscious awareness, many now access and create new types of light-based technologies, new community living, new systems of government, and equitable food and resource distribution systems. All have received specialist training and skills to help and manifest the new world, the new golden age. So
that's amazing, number 11.
Yeah.
Find out what the other 11 are.
I want to check the chat because nobody's paying attention. And I can't see when I'm screen sharing.
Oh, yeah, you can't. So there's 11 more. Isn't that cool? If you start with number 11, you'll always have 11 left and number 12. See? That's badass.
Okay, well, I'm not going to read the chat when I'm reading. So if you
want to... we will read the chat and we'll interrupt you on a regular basis.
Let's see here. People are talking about traps. Let's see.
Well, if Z Gold...
Never mind. I'm saying if it's related with whatever we're talking. Yeah, if you see something in the chat that is related with what I'm talking, then say it. If it's like
about
traps.
So no traps.
Yeah, no.
All right. Got it.
All right, so let's see. The first level, when the body drops density, it commonly displays mutational symptoms of flu, headaches, diarrhea, rashes, muscles and joint aches. Most flu epidemics are actually light epidemics. I differ with that. I think most flu epidemics are due to vaccines, but okay.
Bam.
Brain chemistry changes. Right and left brain functions blends, and the pituitary and pineal gland pineal glands begin to
harped. Is it happening? I'm just joking.
The DNA structure and chemical components begin to change and pick up hydrogen atoms and chemicals that the cells need to take on different higher light and break it down into unusable light, and the encodements for the DNA.
Must be delayed.
Get out of here.
What the hell?
No, you got it. You did.
Are you making fun of me, Ransom?
No, I said you got harped, and I went like that, but then it came back later. I didn't time it right. That'd have been badass if I would have went like that when she did it again, though.
Yeah.
Boop. Yeah.
All right. So the second level.
Ooh,
the second level is the etheric blueprint floods with the light and releases karmic experiences. Individuals may feel disoriented as well as experience of bouts of flu. Many begin to question why I am here. Light in the etheric blueprint releases fourth-dimensional structures and causes spin in the geometries of the emotional, mental, and physical bodies. Change is rapid and many feel tired. I think, I mean, I can relate to that second level.
Me too. So, totally, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the second level right now. But no, actually, do you feel like you're going through a mixture of a little bit of everything so far?
Yeah, I mean, so far we've only done 2. So yeah, so far, yes.
Well, no, okay. No, go ahead. Yeah. What's the third level? Sorry, I was kind of reading it.
Oh, man. The third one is physical sense become much stronger. Your bodies not only absorb light for its own, its own change, but also acts as a transducer, decoder of higher light energies to the plant as a whole. The process in the breath is now irreversible, like an elastic band that has been stretched to the maximum capacity, been let go of, and will return to its natural state. So, yes. What do you think about that one?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, are you gonna finish or?
Oh.
No, I was talking about Ransom because he said so.
So.
Okay, well, that seems like that's similar to what we were talking about as far as getting stuff that we've been working on in the spiritual, it to work for us in the physical, right?
Right. Yes. Okay.
Are we going through all 12 levels? Oh my God, keep going.
Yes, they don't make sense without reference to the other.
Yeah.
Fourth level, major changes are in the brain and in chemistry and electromagnetic energy. Symptoms are often as headaches, blurry vision, loss of hearing, and sometimes chest pain.
What?
What?
Nothing. I couldn't hear you.
Crystal regulators in the etheric body keeps lines of light within 5-dimension blueprints from connecting again until you are ready. Chest pains are due to the expanding energy of the heart and is open to deeper levels. Vision and hearing are being realigned to function differently.
I told you we were talking about death here. Look, the heart's failing. The eyes are going
failing. It's not failing. It's expanding.
That kills people.
The mental body begins to wonder if it really isn't and individuals get strong, unexpected, and undeniable urges to follow spirit without hesitation. Individual.
Death.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Individuals may get lashes of telepathy, clairvoyance, and nearly all begin to experience empathy. This is a time of feeling, of honoring and accepting and validating the emotional body and learning to control it. Yes. Fifth level. The mental body decides to tune to spirit. Dreams change and may become more lucid. You get feelings of deja vu. The process becomes non-linear. Beings oscillate between knowing and doubt. We realize the habitual nature of thinking and behavior and look at the deprogramming and reprogramming to create the I we wish to be, not I we thought we were, from our interactions with parents, peers, and society, etc. Change seems to be constant, and we consciously begin to discern from our heart rather than a judge from conditioning responses. Totally, I agree with that too. Right. The sixth level. We draw to us others for mutual support and stimulating of growth. We question what is real. Our mental process and how we identify with others and ourselves change rapidly. Reevaluation may be uncomfortable, but we feel it must be done, same as we were talking about earlier. We look at our relationship, jobs, home environment, lifestyles, and it's time of letting go of moving on. We change our friends. Everything feels to be in state of flux, but we feel lighter, vaster, freer somehow. But this stage, the light quoting in our body is 33%. 33. We feel as though we were opening up inner sense of clairvoyance, clairaudience, etc. Seem normal and nature to us. So, okay.
Wow, it really seems like there's a combo of a little bit of everything, huh? Going on right now.
Yeah, and you're back to robot talking.
I don't even know robot.
All right. Robot. The seventh level is the heart chakra opens more. We become more real with our emotions. That's open heart surgery. We just have to be ourselves. We release blocks and old patterns. It is time of great emotional clearing and great intensity as we seek to rid ourselves of emotional baggage. We feel more in tune with each moment, feeling very present and flowing with life. Sorry. Often all relationships end or change rapidly as being dig deep and honor their feelings. There is simply no room for denial of any levels. We begin to lose emotional attachments to others. Chest pains and angina are more common as the heart continues to open its energy field. Doing the unified chakra meditation will assist you. And I guess here's the chakra meditation.
Unified field meditation, huh?
Fear at this time is released as the energy field of all the bodies are realigned through the heart, and when aligned, fear drops away. Pressures at the forehead or back of the head is due to opening to the pituitary and pineal gland as they absorb more light. When these glands are fully open, activated, and functioning at all highest levels, aging and death cease. Wow. Love it. When the pineal gland is fully open, we experience multidimensional, yet duality seems to increase as we leave it behind.
DMT.
Mm-hmm. Duality. What?
I said DMT.
Oh.
This whole process of death, man. Whatever.
Some days we feel connected and joyous. Others we are in fear and caught up in survival issues. Many wish to ascend and leave the planet as we sense that the very real responsibility of ascension through our deepening connection with spirit. As we learn to follow our joy, we may then want to save the planet and have everyone follow their joy. all the stages of progression and reflect all are stages of progression and reflect our changing perception. Dietary wise, you feel to eat less, more light, live food. Many at this stage have ceased to eat meat, sugar, and drink alcohol as they feel the effect of these substances on their vibrational fields of the body. Level 8, we see the master in all and purity wish to be of service. We leave the saving and rescuing mode behind in favor of the desire to serve the divine will. The pineal and pituitary gland changes shapes. Its headaches persist as the beings who are working with you to simply tone it down. So the headaches are going to continue. For they don't feel the pain or ask them to release endorphins, the brain's natural opiate. The brain is being activated, particularly in the cerebrum, the sleeping giant. Cranial expression is common. Triangle seed crystals in the brow and recorder crystals in the right side of the brain are activated along with the 8th, 9th, 10th chakras. We begin to hook into the language of light. That's awesome. The pituitary and pineal glands are open fully and work together to create the Arc of the Covenant, a rainbow light that arcs over the top of the head on the third eye. That is the coding mechanism for high dimensional language. You may find it hard to find words to express yourself as you may think in geometries and tones. If confused, do the unified chakra meditation and ask messages to be decoded and translated. Again, you become much more aware of vastness, of multidimensionals of your nature, that you can be anything that you want to be. You cease to operate from obligation and relationship become transpersonal. You share words from your heart and your soul, and others may feel disoriented when dealing with you, as they no longer have the hooks into your links with. You operate from a deep levels of serenity with heightened sensibility and awareness, yet feel grounded and transformed. By this stage, it is possible to be sustained purely by light and prana, to make nourishment from the atmospheric realms, and to be healthy sustained by the etheric. Wow, I need a break.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
What do you guys think so far?
I think it all sounds really familiar.
Yes,
somebody woke up one day and then had deja vu and then like started having vivid dreams and then started decoding them. And then they started like, doing all this stuff right here. And then eventually you're dead.
Yeah.
Would you stop?
Sounds like life. No, I'm just saying it sounds like the transformation here that we're all talking about is birth to death.
Yeah.
Life. And the older we get here through the levels, the more open you are to the spirit world, emotions. It's talking about all that. And then you even surpass that where, like you're totally grounded and everybody else is still running around tripping on stuff.
Yeah.
Attachments and whatnot.
Yes.
And it's it is especially crazy to like what you were talking about when people realize that they don't have their hooks in you.
Yeah, yes. Right.
As other people can get frustrated at times when you're really balanced and you know how to just shut certain things down that or you can see the potentials of what they're creating. People, we don't realize what we're creating sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, would you guys call a music video tones? And what was the other word that it used? Geometric shapes, like geometry.
Decoding geometries and toning is easier. Oh wait, that's the 9th level. I haven't read that one.
No, you read part of that on the one before that too.
Oh.
He was talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will continue so we can get this.
All right, get on it. Number 9.
9, decoding geometries and toning is easier. Spirit is using the language of light, which shifts to the 6th dimensional blueprint into a new template for your 5th dimensional light body. Your body may change shape as the energy fields shift. You feel interconnected at beings everywhere and less connected to the opinions of others. You release the desire for and the energy to sustain the game of separation and limitation and feel truly free. The 9th level sees a mass descension of the light body into physical form. As with the 3rd and 6th, this level sees a strong re-evaluating as we begin the final surrender to spirit, and we truly become the divine instrument. Here, spirit determines our income, our work, other beings in our lives, everything. This is the dissolution of the ego self and will, and while ecstatic, it can be painful. Making the leap can be fearful, even though we have evolved through eons of times to reach this point. We may go back and forth, clinging to old comfort zones before completely letting go. There is no turning back, and all must be released. 9th level of surrender and the ecstasy, the letting go of the I. We realize that while free will is real, it also an illusion, and it's only there to guide us, to empower us, and empower us to be one with spirit. Survival fears leave. Focus in our now and one at men. Though fears may surface, they seem unreal and are easily put aside. We tend to disconnect from the conscious reality, and our choices and reality seems unreal to others. From the 7th, 8th, and 9th, the inner lighting noticeable radiates out of. By now, you feel unbelievable, grounded, connected, centered, filled with purpose and desire to only serve. For a while, you sit between the 8 and 9, from feeling completely one moment to being a limited human being. Again, this settles down by the end of the 9th level. You then continually feel connected and operate from a Christ level, and your intentions and motivations are always from the highest, although others, due to their own triggers and issues, not always choose to see that. Wow. The 9th is where we begin to hook up to our I am. The last 3 levels unify all energies. All chakras are unified, and you become totally connected with I am. So the 10 level is you are one with source consciousness, and all is possible. DNA is no longer 2-strand, but 12-strand. Teleportation, manifestation, etc. are instantaneously like that. The Merkaba, another name for our light body, has been built and allow you to pass through space, time, and dimensions completely in your totality. And it has its own consciousness to be directed by you. And we read the 11. So the last one is the 12th. The continuation of the creation and implementation of the new world systems hook up with other 12 levels initiates, who brings into existence new governments, new financial and educational systems, better systems of food and resource allocation, etc., as all will be redefined in the final stages of the Earth ascension, so that all may exist in joy, equality, and harmony. By this time, the planet and her inhabitants will have been forewoven into the light, shine in their full glory as the final stage of the divine plan unfolds. The planet goes to the light, shifts out of the dimension, and it's brought into multi-star system where everyone is light body and follows the spirit in total mastery.
I figured out where I've totally heard this from. It's not deja vu. This was the Heaven's Gate stuff. So now you just need to drink a cup of Kool-Aid.
What?
To complete the process, step number 13, the cup of Kool-Aid. To complete your transformation to the light being.
Okay.
I don't know. You might have to wait till a comet comes, though. Or you might, like, you know.
Is this from a movie, you're saying?
No, this is a group of people that were saying that. I made even a video with the guy a little bit talking about it, and he believed that, you know, a spaceship was going to come behind Halley's Comet, and their light beings were going to go when they ascended, that they were just minds that were here in this thing, and they went through this whole step thing like this, where, you know, they started teleporting. So they teleported to the spaceship, but meanwhile, their meat sacks were full of arsenic, and they all wore matching Nikes and sweatpants and stuff, and they all killed themselves over there in San Diego. You guys don't remember that in 97? The Heaven's Gate cult? They were just ascending. I'm just saying. I swear, go to their site. It's still up, and it has all of this stuff there.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at the situation or anything like that.
No, it's not funny that like 38 people killed themselves, but they all ascended, man. So I can't say, you know, maybe they knew something like this that we didn't. When they followed the steps, they did number 13. They took off with the comet. It was Hale Bob comet. But that was the same year as the Phoenix Lights and all that stuff. So maybe UFOs did come pick them up. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, maybe, and everybody interprets things a little bit differently. So
I'll do all of that stuff, but I ain't drinking your Kool-Aids.
Right.
I got my own concoction, and it don't make me mad.
Z says, yeah, because enlightened people kill themselves. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe it. I'm laughing about that.
No, we're not laughing at that. We're laughing at, like, the concept, I guess, not the actual people that did it.
Right.
Don't do it. Wait till
I thought that was very interesting.
This body naturally. That's all I'm saying. If you want to ascend in your light being, wait till your body decides it's time.
Yeah, just kind of go with it. Don't. Yeah, that's.
Yes, don't accelerate the process.
Fate like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about or to show, because I thought it was interesting.
Down a dark path. I'm just saying, I was really totally remembering reading almost word for word all of that stuff. Did they copyright it? I wonder if the Heaven's Gate people did, because there's no one to complain anymore if you're using their stuff. You know, I'm just saying. Actually, there's got to be somebody alive, because you can still buy a $14.95 VHS tape according to the website.
Oh, wow.
VHS tape, huh?
Yeah, well, it was the 90s, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to...
Heaven's Gate, you say?
Yep. You should watch my video SOS 1997, because there was also a guy that called into the Art Bell show talking about the aliens were coming and they were interdimensional and the government knew about them and they had time to put us all in places to save us, but they weren't going to. And then the radio station got cut off in the middle of the call and the transmission. Trippy shit, man.
Wow.
Are you frozen or is it me? No.
You talking to me?
Move.
I'm reading.
Sorry, I'm taking a break.
You could take a break all you want. Everybody takes breaks. And we're going to, you know what? You should make Nizz full screen and we'll leave her hanging just full screen while we take breaks. She's reading. I have a feeling she has something to say now.
So Nizz, talk.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, come on. We know you do.
I'm just trying to get. There's a lot of background on this, on what happened with these people.
Oh yeah, there is. There's a whole thing. He transformed over the years until he realized he was a Christ-like figure, like it said in there. You know, and then once he realized he was the new Christ, his followers. You know, he didn't say that the earth would be destroyed. It was just going to be recycled into a new phase of things, so that the new people on earth would have a chance to enjoy the garden of earth again. But until then, you're going to get left behind if you don't drink the Kool-Aid at our place.
Wow. It sounds like someone interpreted what's going on right now and tweaked it to...
He might have been years early.
maybe, but to tweak it to and make people believe that they need to.
It gets better. It gets better. They whack their wieners too, so that sex wouldn't distract them and their light beings. They had to whack their wieners and castrate themselves. I don't know what the women did because I don't remember reading that. But yeah, the men cut their wee-wees off. But this is before.
Wait, what?
This is before they gave over all their fortunes to the guy that committed suicide with them. But they, like back in the day, having a little studio and making VHS tapes and sending them out cost money. So it was like a whole thing, and they were totally in.
Wow.
I always wondered, though, did they take off with the comet? Because Homeslice says that that God actually came, that this time, not just the son, but the father came, but his father left the world in 1985. And what's ironic about that is Halley's Comet came around in 1985. So it makes you wonder, did this guy actually know some shit? And like, is there a way to hop on a comet and bounce out if you do it right? I'm not going to try. I'm just saying you guys are free to try all that, but I'm not. But it might have
feel guided to do that.
Kool-Aid. No. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid. Oh, and then there's the guy. What's his name? Remember in Cambodia or whatever, the Pol Pot guy? Or no, I forgot his name. The guy that made the whole village church, and he said he was Jesus too, and he made everybody drink Kool-Aid at gunpoint until they killed themselves. Because some people said, "Hey, wait a minute! I didn't agree to drink Kool-Aid and die. I just, I followed you. I believed you were Jesus." But now it's starting to sound weird.
Okay, my question is, what would guide someone to believe that? I'm not saying that belief system is incorrect.
Well, it's not like we haven't heard other people, like even on YouTube, say that they're divine. In other words, that they are a god. And if you are a god, well, then you can get real cocky with what you think. And if you do that, then why not be Jesus, a light being? If we're all divine, we're all gods, and we all do all that, then, whatever. I'm just saying. There's been lots of people saying that, and they usually go down a different road than I would go down for enlightenment. I don't think, giving some guy your fortune because he said he's Christ. I think if you met Christ, you would know it was him, though. I don't think he'd be asking you for your bank account. The guy used to split fish into a bunch of fish and according to the book, right? He did miracles. He don't need you to give you your bank account and all that stuff.
Right.
And he probably doesn't need AK-47s to make you drink Kool-Aid. But those people in San Diego, they did it willingly.
Yeah, because it's legit.
Wow.
Well, they did it willingly.
Weird.
I lost the chat.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. Sorry.
I don't even know how I did that. Well, I was saying goodnight to Pamela because Pamela was saying goodnight, and I wanted to find the heart thing, and that all the emojis are up, but I can't go back to the chat. I can't even find a freaking heart.
That is weird, man.
Bye, Pamela. Thank you for coming. Sorry, you can't see me.
Bye, Pamela. That's the hand with the eyeball in it talking. Oh, I don't know. Does it say my name or does it show the eyeball?
Just the eye. Oh, no, it does say your name.
It says Ransom Goodwin, and it has the hand with the eye in it.
I'm a Goodwin? I'm a Goodwin, man.
I mean Godwin. There's not two O's. My bad.
Yes, but I'm not a god. I'm Godwin. It means God's friend, not God.
All right, let's see if I can pull out the chat.
I'm a friend of God, not a god. You guys ever trip on the private messages you get?
Huh?
I'm sorry, this is the subject. Do you guys ever trip on the private messages you get from people from YouTube? OMG. You know what I'm saying? Comment. They send you some interesting things.
No comment.
No comment.
Really?
Yeah, it's really trippy. It's a wide range of things.
I would like to know what these things are that you're talking about.
Well, they're private messages, so I can't share them.
They're private.
Wouldn't that be?
No comment.
That's messed up. I'd just show all the private messages I have.
That would be messed up.
It would totally make like a lot of people mad at me.
Yeah, that's not cool. Why did you even think about that? And why would you even allow someone else to ask you to show other people your private messages? You're messed up, Ransom.
I don't do that.
I know.
I don't show anybody private messages. That's what I mean. They're private.
Yeah, I
was just turning it around on
people. I understand why some people they violate that confidentiality, you know, when it's a private message and they just share it. You know, that's messed up.
Yeah, I know. Well, around here we call that a dick. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm not calling anybody a dick. I'm just saying a private message.
That it's a dick move if you do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could ruin a lot of people because of, you know, things they told me in confidence, but I would never do that because that was the whole reason they trusted me and told me in confidence, because I'm not a dick.
See, Golden said, yay, I show public messages.
No, public is public.
Yeah.
You should pay attention. If you put it in public, it's out there. No crying about it when people see it. Yeah, I'm talking about private messages.
Yeah.
Public's public. Everybody knows that. That's free speech.
Right. But private means private. So are you going to do the 420 news or what?
Absolutely. I'm just researching the 420 right now.
You're so prepared.
Okay, Heidi M is leaving. Bye, Heidi.
I'm sorry,
bye, Heidi. Thanks for stopping by. Would you like me to pull a card for you, Heidi?
Yeah, pull a card for her while I'm choking.
No, she has to tell me. My Rick can be real dick when I'm PMSing.
All right, I'm done researching.
Okay, wow.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, she said yes, so let me pull that.
All right, let's see what Heidi's card is. Heidi's one of my favorite YouTube people, by the way. I just wanted to tell everybody that.
Woohoo!
Oh, nice. She's got some really cool sarcasm and jokes. She's
she's really funny. I like her. She's funny. She says funny shit.
She says funny stuff, but then she pops up with this really smart intellectual stuff out of it.
No, she ain't dumb. She just got a good sense of humor.
Got good flavor. Yeah.
That one night she had us clamming up with the comments she was making and the thing. She turned the joke on us, and I almost like lost some snot out of my nose live on TV.
Yep, I remember that. Okay.
Because I wasn't expecting it. I think I was trying to get a drink too, like right when I read it, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, so the card I got for you, is the wild card.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So I think this card, if I remember right, that means that anything is possible. Possibilities that you thought that maybe it was hard or it might not possible is now into, you know, they can happen. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie, It Can Happen to You?
What?
You guys ever seen that movie, It Can Happen to You, with
No.
This is Bumblebee. Say again over Optimus. We did not hear you.
You heard me?
Yes. You're a robot again.
Oh no, have you guys ever seen that movie, It Can Happen to You? Here, I'll look up exactly the actors and all that jazz.
No.
It's weird because I'm a cinephile and I've almost seen everything. Is it a chick flick?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be why it got left out of the rotation.
That's funny.
Whatever, I guess it doesn't matter.
I watch some chick flicks that are funny or like have a weird idea to them, but for the most part, I don't do them because they brainwash women into thinking guys are going to act weird and they're not. Then they get all disappointed in real life when they don't.
Okay, I'm going to say what this card means. So it says, do not tame yourself. You are meant to be wild. Unleash the wild woman under the supermoon. Howl and dance drums until you dissolve into everything. There is beauty and freedom and possibilities in this moment. What will you do with this energy? You can start a revolution. You can break through all paradigms and begin a new cycle untouched by society expectations. You can radical shift your consciousness. This is a pivotal moment on your path. But if you're in the shadow side, you are playing it too safe. Does this stem from your fear or grounded intuition? If it stems from fear, it is time to be bold. If you feel your intuition is guiding you, this may be the time to the apogee, the farthest point of the Earth on the moon's path called with micromoon. If so, stay internal and keep listening to your voice within. So yeah, that was for you.
I can totally see that for you too, Heidi.
Yeah. All right, Heidi. Good night.
That's
now
awesome.
You can go.
Good night, Heidi.
So,
night.
Yeah. I might need to take a potty break. I've been drinking a lot of water.
That's what's so great about the 420 news is you guys can just go bounce for a minute and pee.
That's good to know.
You need to.
I might need to get coffee too. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. How long more you guys want to go?
Wow. Live? Is it really?
My time, 1 o'clock Central Time.
Oh, so it's midnight here, folks. Midnight.
Wow.
So how long more you guys want to go?
Well,
I mean, I'm down.
I can blow through articles pretty fast.
Are you tired, Nizz?
No, we're good. We can just keep going. I'm good.
All right, let's do the news, and then we can go.
Okay. All
right. Okay, where C Golden is, it's 11, and Rob also, it's 11.
Oh, so they still get time. It's Friday. I mean, what grandpa goes to bed before 11 o'clock?
Delaney says the freaks come out at night. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I just spilled all my cards. They're everywhere.
Why are you being so mean to them? They didn't do anything to you.
They just pop out from my hand.
That's pretty cool, though.
Who's being mean?
My cards, they fell.
Oh, yeah, she is. I see her throw them at stuff all the time.
Oh, my gosh. That's fake news, Ransom. That's fake news.
You're always accusing me of fake news, man. It's 420 news, not fake news.
Your 420 news are not fake news, but your news about me are fake news.
Oh, the news about you and your cards are fake news. I see.
Yes. And comments.
How dare you?
Oh, wow. Aurora Rain. It's 2 a.m. Wow.
2 a.m. She's on the East Coast.
Oh, well, not cool, C Golden. He says 420 fake news, LOL.
Yeah, it's the 420 fake news. Hey, did you guys trip that this is going to be like a super big, giant movie? Have you seen the trailer to this movie?
No.
Oh, well, this is totally cool. It's about a future where people just put shit over their face and don't even live in real life. And poor people are all competing to get the very little bit of, winnings or resources at the end of the thing. So it's like a whole technological rat race for human beings.
I'll be
it's
back.
Like it's kind of like a new Willy Wonka chocolate factory thing, where a bunch of people get the golden ticket. But in this, they have to compete at virtual reality, meaning that they have to be really good at living in the fake world versus the real world.
Well,
and it's ironic in this day and age that this would be like going to be the number box office thing. You come right back then. So it's another Steven Spielberg's, and we know he always has the weird ones like Close Encounters of the Third Kind and all that stuff like that. Or is that the Fourth Kind? I can't remember. But yeah, the big budget film, man, it's all, I suggest, I'm not going to get all into it because we're kind of up late, but this movie right here, it looks pretty trippy, but it just shows you the fascination with our day and age about living in fake reality. I mean, like it's this we all do. And I hate to say it, but if you didn't, participate in fake reality, you wouldn't see us on YouTube. Now, here's another story I just thought was amazing. It's the worst time in history to be a clown. Haven't they suffered enough? Stephen King's author of The It and the murderous sewer-dwelling Pennywise was scorned repeatedly at recent clown conventions. Plus, you got the assholes on the side of the road scaring people as creepy clowns. And everybody knows about the creepy clowns. So I guess clowns are getting a bad reputation. But I have to be honest myself. And I'm not saying any clowns because I don't want to offend clowns. But when I was a child, I thought all clowns were pedophiles. I thought they were weird. Why'd they wear makeup and give kids balloons? And the whole thing creeped me out. I was creeped out by clowns, but not for the same reason other people were. But I don't know. But that does suck if you're just an innocent clown that wants to entertain kids. This is the worst time. And I didn't even read the article. I just already know that they really hit hard on clowns, like in our society. I already knew that it probably does suck for clowns. You got Krusty on The Simpsons to the hobo clowns, and then you got the clowns on the side of the road, and then the horror clowns. And then you got Rob Zombie, who loves to put the creepy clown people in his shit too. So anyway, that was just my own personal trip. Had nothing to do with news, really. I better pause it there. But,
no! Just kidding.
And I just thought this was great. I did not read this article. I mean, the title says it all. The judge is a pervert, and he had to apologize for stealing some underwears. I wonder.
Wait, what? What happened?
He's
an underwear stealer.
A serial underwear stealer.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He's a multiple offender of stealing, and I don't even know. So we're gonna go scroll down and get into the article and find out. Is he like really perverted? Is it like dude's underwear? Because it says underwear, it doesn't say panties, right? So this is leading me down like whose underwear is he stealing? Grandma's next door? I mean, what kind of pervert are you to steal someone's underwear? And what are you? Oh, he looks like an underwear sniffer.
Oh my God. What the hell? He does.
But anyway, East Islip, I think you say that, Long Island. That's his WLIS, Long Island Sound. No, I'm just joking. A Long Island judge whose police say repeatedly broke into his neighbor's home to steal her underwear. Oh, at least he's, it's a her. So, but you notice they're not panties, though. They're not panties. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of
underwear.
It says snatching panties.
It says
underwear. See, I stopped at underwear again. Has confessed to snatching panties in multiple occasions, even though he has pleaded not guilty. Still, County District Judge Robert Segal, is that kind of like fecal, but with the C? I don't know. Has been removed from the bench and is facing up to 15 years in prison for stealing the undies.
Wow.
He was arrested on burglary charges, and he appeared on court on Friday, and you can see that he looks like he may have been sniffing them right then. Look the way his nose is. I just wanted to smell them. Oh, she's 23, so he's trying to go for the younger woman.
Wow.
So she might actually be hot. But look, the judge, married father of 3 young children. That's right. His children have to know that their daddy is an underwear sniffing weirdo. So, there is a victim to the story besides the woman that is missing some of her undergarments. The children.
The name of that
they have a judge daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. I feel sorry for the kids, but whatever. If you'd like to read more about that, check out ABC Action 7 News right here. Eyewitness News.
But I don't.
My God, man.
Okay.
Look, the U.S. paves the way to hold more pregnant women in immigration jail. That's right. No longer is ICE going to just release a woman because she's pregnant. Because that was the standing rule. If the woman was pregnant, they just left her alone, even though she was illegal, but not anymore. So according to this website that I've never seen in my life, but here it is. It could be fake news. I don't know. You might have to go check some of these websites you've never heard of before. You have to go find out if they're satirical or not, because some of the articles, but this doesn't sound like it is. It says the Trump administration says pregnant women charged with being in the United States illegally will no longer receive special considerations that allow them to be released while their case winds through the immigration court. So, what this is and if you don't know what this is targeted at anchor babies, that women that come here purposely for the sole purpose of having children in the United States to make them citizens. But would you believe that it's not mostly see, they show this picture, you can't tell who it is, but you know the number one people that come here and have babies on purpose for anchor babies are the Chinese.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder if all their women are fleeing here to the United States, and in their country they have 10 men for every woman. There's going to be a lot of dudes in China before long if this continues.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes without their children, evidently. But whatever. I don't know what you think about that. Should we just allow all people to bring their children here to be born automatically and get free stuff? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. You're the voters, not me. I'm a felon. I can't vote either way, so it don't matter. Hey, look, these monkeys surprised scientists by sharing even more when no one was looking. What do you guys think about that?
Were they sharing? What are they sharing?
Well, like food and nuts and stuff. You know, like obviously.
Oh, okay.
We could read it. Here, you get to read it, Nizz. Read the 420 news.
Oh my gosh. It's small on the screen though.
Oh, well, marmoset monkeys. Can you read
Marmoset monkeys exist on a branch of the evolutionary tree that is distinct from the do I need glasses? The one that led to humans. But these fellow primates consistently astonish researchers with social behavior that seems, well, pretty highly evolved. Marmosets engage in rigorously polite patterns of communication and do not talk over or interrupt each other. The tutorial. Like, well, have they evolved above us?
No. Good question.
Just kidding. Where was I? Oh, no, tutorial. They are so inquisitive that they will watch videos of marmosets they do not know and learn from them. Okay.
That means they watch TV, yo, and it's like we do. Like when you want to learn something, you go to YouTube. Bam! I watched it. I know how to do it now. We're like just like it.
Social organization and child rearing practices could have been the model for the phrase, "It takes a village." A dominant male and female breed and their babies are meticulously looked after by extended family members who then aren't free to breed themselves. Interesting. Okay.
That's right. Papa Smurf don't let none of the daughters, nieces, or none of the nephews. Nobody's doing the nasty except for Papa and Mama Smurf. That's it.
And then everybody's supposed to raise their kids
with
them for them?
Yep.
Is this like a king-queen situation?
Yes. Alpha male.
What do you call that form of government? What is that?
Well, that's not really that. It's an alpha male. The wolves are the same way in a pack. Only the dominant male and female get to have puppies, unless the male and female are okay with it. And then sometimes they let like siblings do it because they all smell like family. But usually, no, you guys don't do it. Only we get to do it. We're the king.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like gorillas are pimps, though. Homeboy brought up gorillas. Gorillas got like a bunch of females, and it's just one dude, and he just like takes his time and he goes around and he loves them all.
Picks his nose and everything.
Well, I guess he's not a pimp. It's more like a harem because, you know, if any other male comes around, even his own children, that once they get big, he tells them it's time to move the fuck on. These women's is mine.
Oh, shit.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let's get down to the sharing part, shall we?
Big pimpin'. Okay. So, are we talking about a new study? Further?
Yeah, that's right. We're here all for the new stuff.
A new study further, what is that? Furnishes the marmoset's reputation? What the? Okay. For admirable community values, researchers report that these caregivers share their food more generously with little ones in private than when they are surrounded by the watchful eyes of other community members. Such seemingly selfless selfless behavior makes the common marmoset a particular puzzle for researchers keen to explain the already perplexing phenomenon of altruism in humans and a few of other higher order primates. After all, in stark evolutionary terms, kindness, generosity, and self sacrifice make no sense when an individual's survival and the propagation of his genes arguably depend on his hoarding every advantage for himself. Why on earth would he forfeit anything to benefit a fellow member of his species? Wow. For marmosets, it's hard enough to explain the willingness of some family members to delay or forego breeding to help out with a relative's offspring. But to share food with those babies when no one is looking, that just defies all expectations.
That's right. In other words, they have kindness and they share and they do all this stuff. Now, for the really mind-blowing part of this, the reason I put this article up here wasn't really because, you know, it's really cool that they share like human beings and that they even have little relationships, personal relationships off to the side where they hook up their cousin or whatever it is with some food and hook them up. But there's the 100 monkey thing. You know what that is, right? That
no.
For some reason on an island, segregated from another island, the same species of monkeys, like on one island, they learn a new thing, right? But without seeing them, on the other island, the monkeys pick up the same trait. So if these ones are sitting around learning sharing and empathy and stuff, that means that the other ones of this same kind are also doing that. And that's what we always talk about, like a whole species evolving at one time and they can't explain why. Monkeys do that already. And as they said right there, this is real similar to one of our ancestors, which gives us the RH factor, not the negative one, but the RH. You know, I don't know why some people don't have the RH Reese's monkey thing, but whatever. I just thought you guys would find that a little mind-blowing.
Wow,
that
yeah.
in nature, in real time, we can see an evolution of species.
It's very interesting.
And
so
like
can
us.
We see that kind of evolution with us? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But you notice that they're not violent like us. They have a thing and they worked it out.
Yep.
So I thought this was trippy. And I brought this up because you ever hear like Rex always bring up, you know, like what about if a doctor had to deal with the consequences of botching people or giving them poison vaccines or anything?
Right.
Yeah.
An unlikely, almost positive thing, depending on how you look like it, is developing in Venezuela, where doctors are under the threat of death if their patients die. So they have a lot more vested interest in taking care of someone that's jacked up. And I don't know if it should be like that, because back in Samaria, if a doctor jacked your eye up, they would take his eye out.
What?
You know, eye for an eye literally was a real thing back then. And I thought it was weird that Venezuela has got so crazy since they gave up their guns there. I don't know. But that may be a good thing, depending on how you look at it. What do you guys think? Should a doctor get maimed or killed because they maimed or killed you?
Wow.
No.
Well, because the only problem with that is like if it's beyond their capability to save you and they try to save you, then they get blamed for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really depends on the circumstance.
But what if they could prove negligence though? Like they can prove that it
obviously it could have been avoided.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like if they can prove that a doctor like came in all drunk or did something that was unethical to you or whatever, that they get punished in the same way that they jacked you up. So you don't get money. You just know that someone else is over there. They got even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but no, I don't think that's legit. That's not our place to decide that exactly. But he definitely should not be doing his practices anymore after doing some shit like that. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary, because it would be like if I was a doctor, I just wouldn't tell anybody, because I wouldn't want to not be able to save someone, then a bunch of thugs kill you because you know, you couldn't save them. I mean, there's two scenarios there. Like,
yeah,
I'm not a judge, so I don't know. That's why we don't murder them just right after someone dies, you know.
Yeah, that's it. That's too extreme.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so speaking of the exorcism, people, I think there really is something going on at the same time as people are evolving in their spiritual awakenings. Other people are getting those dark entities that we were talking about. Because I think that this story, just look at the headline here. Mother tried to decapitate son with a bow saw, claims she just felt overwhelmed. You know, every time I feel overwhelmed with things, I always want to go hack my child's parts off with a bow saw, because that you know what a bow saw is? That's the thing you slowly cut wood with. So we're not talking about like just chopping off somebody. That's like holding them down and sawing their head off or whatever. But look at her, and I'm not saying that pictures tell you anything, but I've always felt like I could read pictures. And when I see the guy that's arrested for panty sniffing, and I look at him, he looks like a panty sniffer. And this chick looks like somebody that might try to cut your head off with a bow saw. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I don't even know the story, man. That's crazy.
Of all the things to
and not only that, her son
had autism.
Look, her poor son required so much care and attention that she felt best to slice his head off with a bow saw. But she is getting charged with first-degree murder, first-degree child abuse, and second-degree child abuse.
That's messed up.
Well, if she's getting charged with murder, then that means she did, in fact, cut the kid's head off. Is that correct? Or just died and she never made it? I don't know. I don't want to know. But
that's messed up.
Being that
oh my gosh! Again with this,
believing in it. And remember when I first saw? Were you guys here when I did the first article about the Catholic Church deciding that at least 500,000 people in Italy alone, just their country, the little country of Italy, had 500,000 people that had demons in them? And I said weird shit would start happening because of that. Yep. I think a lot of this is that, and they know something. You know, the Vatican has resources beyond imagine, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And they're into some really trippy shit. They have a lot of gold. They're like the royalty in England that have all the gold.
Yeah.
So the Vatican must know something that other people don't, or they're trying to create a situation. I don't know. I mean, I'm not claiming to know, but I'm just saying this seems like doing all this stuff helps create it. If someone already believes that they're being possessed, they're probably get in that position to be possessed because they start blaming shit on it. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. It's because of the demon.
Yep.
I didn't mean to cut my child's head off with the bow saw.
It just manifests. You allow it to manifest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just because this has become a major thing in the headlines in 2018, and you wouldn't think it would be.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. And then you talk about that in one of the news about the lady that she's doing exorcisms too.
Yeah. Yeah. And she said, well, the reason I brought her up is because she points out all of the same stuff we say, which is, you know, if you let negativity grow in you, like we came to that conclusion on air the other day when we were talking about that, about letting other people kind of spread the darkness to us. That's a similar thing, but they're saying straight up entities are in people, like all around the world, and a bunch right now, enough for them to say it in public. So I don't know. What do you think about it? Is it propaganda from the Catholic Church, or do they really believe that we're under attack? And if so, why does Pope Francis now say there is no hell?
Oh my God.
Is there no hell? Is that why they know that everybody's being possessed? Like maybe hell opened up and everything left it? Because some assholes at CERN opened up a door into another dimension. Those fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth dimensions you're talking about. I don't know. Is hell one of those? I don't know. You can read that on the Christian news there, because everybody's in an uproar now because the Pope says there is no hell. But he's also the one that was in Washington, D.C. with all of the elite surrounded around him, crying and doing weird stuff up on the steps of the Capitol building where he said that Christ failed on the cross, and that was the Pope that said that.
Well, so, I mean, we all kind of know that there really isn't a hell, though, right?
Well, as far as I know, hell comes from the word helos, which is translated directly from Hebrew as the word Sheol, which means like the graveyard, the common man's grave where you go get buried. It doesn't mean nothing about another dimension where you're suffering or none of that. The Catholic Church kind of ran with that idea to scare people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, we don't have enough shit to be worried about. There's hail and brimstone about to fall down somewhere on some unlucky people. So maybe it is end times. Toxic chemicals from the Chinese space station is going to fall down somewhere on the earth, hopefully out in the middle of the ocean. I don't know. But I've been talking about this all week. So the countdown begins. Out of control. Chinese space station fiery crash to Earth is due on Easter Sunday. But scientists still don't know where it will land. And I've been saying that for days, that they have no fucking clue. So somewhere between the 43rd degree. Oh, and I want to point this out too, right here, because we've been talking about this all week.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Is it crazy? Because we've been talking about it all week. And actually, I've been sharing with public people. I mean, people like messaging back and forth every time something like this happens, and how many times it comes up during the day. Beyond randomness. Like, I literally just threw a pile of receipts away that I've been going to random stores getting $33 even on it, just randomly. I don't know why. Wow. But anyway, here's 1133 again, the master numbers. And they're saying that this fire and brimstone is estimated, say it will enter the atmosphere Sunday at 1133. So that's weird. I'm just saying, whatever. What do you think, Nizz? Is it end times and we're just misreading the signs?
Okay. Well, you really want to know what I think about that?
Right? You could say that this toxic space station is fire and brimstone. It wouldn't be hard to say that that was.
Right. Well, it's crazy because all of the signs are there as far as, I was reading earlier about the 7 different signs in the Bible that are supposed to signify,
really?
In the times, the events that are supposed to happen when each trumpet goes and
that's
pretty much things. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
But I think that all of it symbolizes, it's like what we've been talking about where we go through these uncomfortable changes. And it seems like it's something bad, but it's actually forcing. Yeah,
necessary.
It's necessary. Yeah, it's forcing a renewal. It's the unfortunate chain of events, which actually end up being fortunate because it transforms things.
Right.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, maybe these things come out here with these numbers and these synchronicities, so that people wake up and are aware. Like you're saying, it helps them see the signs, maybe not the signs of end times, but at least signs to avoid your end time, like your personal end time. Because does it really matter if the world's going to end? Because every single human being on this planet has their own end time. And once you get used to the fact that it's coming and let go of attachment, you can just live your life happy because you already know the end. I mean, we all know the end. So once you stop obsessing about it, and realize that is definitely life cycle, and all of these other things that they talk about, you got disasters, and then you got people trying to preach, you got to ascend before you even ascend. Why don't we wait till we just ascend to ascend? It'll happen at the right time.
Yeah.
Imagine.
In the meantime, we try to make magical things happen.
Yeah, I think there are some dark people doing that, though, they really believe that they can make it happen with dark magic. And I'm here to tell you, I think that life is the only magic, or at least only magic I could see, that where two people can put a potion together inside one of them's body and come out with a brand new soul, a brand new life form. If you can show me that in any Crowley circle where they made something come alive with some spells, with their geometric shapes and sacrifices, then I will be impressed then. And then I'll say that there's another kind of magic. But until that day, children being born, or animals, babies, whatever you want to call it. Life is the only miracle I see in this reality.
Wow.
And then these assholes put a bunch of chemicals up in space to just drop it on your head right when you were thinking that the Earth was nice and beautiful.
Right. Mm-hmm. Is that all the news?
In case that doesn't scare you, worry about these guys getting inside your body. The damn demons evidently are running the Earth and running around in droves of, getting in people. So maybe there is something to that. Maybe it's the Archons. Maybe it's the shadow people. Maybe it's you.
Maybe we're perpetuating it ourselves.
So but isn't that weird though? 11:33. That satellite's coming in at 11:33.
I know. What the fuck? I'm telling you.
You sure there's not at 11:33 somewhere on this article? Let's get rid of this advertisement. See, I didn't even read it. I thought since Anna was the resident Catholic or ex-Catholic or had association with Catholic, you could read this Vatican thing here.
C. Golden said, okay, I'm back. Wow, Ransom is still talking. LOL.
Long-winded a-hole.
Let's see. The Vatican is to hold a training course for priests in exorcism next month amid claims that demands for deliverance from demonic possessions have gently increased across the world. The Vatican-backed International Association of Exorcists, which represents more than 200 Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox priests, said that increase represented a pastoral emergency.
You mean according the other? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So that means that there's other denominations now joining the battle against the dark forces?
Looks like it.
According to the priest from Sicily, the number of people in Italy claiming to be possessed had tripled to 500,000 a year. And an Irish priest has said demand for exorcism has risen exponentially. Last year, or exponentially.
Yeah,
Last year,
that's a
the
word.
Christian think tank Theos reported that exorcisms were a booming industry. Wow. In the UK, particularly among Pentecostal churches. But some warn that deliverance ministry can be formed. Oh my God. Can be form of spiritual abuse. Critics also say LGBT people and those with mental health issues are targeted for deliverance in the belief that their sexuality or psychiatry problems are the result of demonic possessions. The Vatican training course, which will be held at Pontifical Athenaeum Regina Apostolum, oh my gosh, in Rome.
Oh, that was a big one.
Between 16 and 21 of April, will focus on exorcism and the prayer of deliverance, a prayer commonly used for deliverance from possession. The fight against the evil one started at the origin of the world, and it's destined to last until the end of the world. Okay, scroll up.
Where was it? I lost it.
The last end of the world's
I didn't do that. You did it.
Oh. Now I'm lost.
Where'd it go? Go up more.
Okay, right there. Right there. The fight against the evil one started right there. But today we are at the stage of crucial in history. Many Christians no longer believe in the devil's existence. Few exorcists are appointed. There are no more young priests willing to learn the doctrine and practice of liberation of souls. Fray Benigno Palilla. Huh?
Weren't you talking about the liberation of your higher self and stuff earlier? You're going to give permission of the soul to, get liberated.
They're still in my words.
I know, right?
The Fray Benigno Palilla. an exorcist from Sicily who reported a tripling of demonic possession cases on the island. Acknowledged the issue was controversial, but added the demonic suffer a lot. Training in deliverance was essential, he told Vatican Radio. A self-taught exorcist certainly makes errors. I will say more. It will also take a period of apprenticeship, as happened from many professionals. In Ireland, Fry Pat Collins said that he had been inundated almost daily with people seeking help to deal with what they believe to be a demonic possession and other evil, and call them more training in exorcism. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't want to read it.
All right, cool.
We got it. There's a lot of them.
So,
we got the point.
Yeah.
You guys think that is this mass hysteria? Because, you know, it's not just the church they're saying the people themselves are saying that there's demonic shit happening. So is this, you know, what is it? Like, is it one of these other things that we talk about in other circles, like these dark entities, demon? I don't know, man. Trippy shit, though. Have you guys been experiencing anything?
Well, personally, what I think is, all right, I think it's bullshit when we compartmentalize people and say people with mental illnesses, with bipolar disorder, because people who are going through this, they're labeled as that because what I personally think is that they have a higher state of awareness. They see and they notice more, they experience more, they feel more. That's why there's a lot of these different shifts. But then, you know, they're told that they're crazy and then they believe it and it all feeds itself and then they get stuck, you know, in their own little prisons. But I think that they create it. And then we all have negative entities attached to us at all times anyways. And as we heal and we close those doors to the entities attaching to us, you know, if we don't understand that and we start opening up to higher states of awareness and we don't recognize the fact that there are negative entities attached to us, but because we have unknowingly allowed it to happen, then then the Vatican comes out saying people are getting possessed. Other people are awakening, so getting a higher state of awareness. So then, of course, they trust the Vatican. They're going to believe that they're getting possessed, and maybe they are by believing that they are possessed. So they're
manifesting that in their own life.
They
believe it
and creating a legit possession. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a scenario I want to ask you. What if they're not being possessed by demons, but bad people are being possessed with consciousness, like a conscience, like people that would normally have never felt bad about the things that they do and justified it to themselves, have now all of a sudden felt like that was wrong or whatever. Why did I do that? Or now they're questioning their actions, and then maybe they're coming to the conclusion it's because they were possessed, but maybe they are possessed, but it's not what they think.
Wow.
It's their conscience telling them that they're acting bizarre to straighten their self out, to align their inner self, outer self, higher being, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a theory. I don't necessarily believe it. It's just, you know, for tonight.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good for tonight. I'm on board with that.
That would be a trip, though. Like, you know, you grew a conscience and then all of a sudden you felt like you've been possessed all this time.
Yeah.
Or maybe you were. Maybe that's why the conscience popped up, because whatever it was possessing you left.
Yeah, because you're getting awareness of your actions.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
I've always thought that if there is, in fact, demons sucking off people, that drugs, addictions, and things like that are how it's like, I don't actually believe in them like an angelic demon thing, but I do believe there are dark forces that don't live in our reality, but they have access to it, and they have ways of giving people ideas or nudging them in a certain way, not necessarily making them do it, but kind of leading a bread trail of temptations and allowing them to set their own trap, as Z like to say, it's a trap. They set their own trap, like you were saying, you were kind of saying that too. It's like their own thing, and then when they realize that they do have an attachment, that they kind of set themselves up for it. But then you can just eject it. I think you can eject it, but it has to be you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't think people can help.
That comes with empowerment.
But I do believe that if you believe that The Exorcist is the way to eject it, if you believe that, like wholeheartedly, totally believe that, and that's your faith, that is you ejecting it. It's you're believing, well, that works. Just like somebody that thinks that aspirin's going to fix their headache, whether it does or not, there is that placebo effect that allows you to kind of, you know what, I feel better. I took an aspirin.
Yeah.
Just a theory.
Well, I am getting tired. It's about to be 2 o'clock here.
Well, fine then. Why don't you go to bed, old lady? No.
So I think we're going to end this transmission.
Murder.
So.
Yeah, I'm done. That was it. I just been tripping on the increase of the claim that there's possession.
No, it's crazy.
Because I don't even believe in exactly that way, but yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. If there's that many people that do, that means there's 500,000 people that think they got a demon in them.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is.
Whether they are or not.
Well, and they're not taking responsibility for their actions if they're blaming a demon for everything. So it's like
that's just not taking responsibility, yeah.
Yeah. So then they go people end up going whole hog, allowing this other entity to control them.
Devil made me do it.
Huh?
What?
Devil made me do it.
Right. It wasn't me.
Okay, so Rick and Delaney said it was great chilling with you all. Night old, Rob M, entertaining as usual. Mary Wynn says that is scary. C. Golden says, I have Godzilla ice cream and traps inside of me. Oh, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
That's funny. So, all right. I think, we're going to end this. And welcome back, Nizz.
Yeah!
What It Is with Nizz on the Raven Wolf channel.
Yeah. So it was nice having you back. It was nice hanging out with you.
It's nice being back.
My 2 buddies.
Bodies.
Yeah. This has been fun. And
yes.
Everyone in the chat.
Yes,
really
thank you everyone for stopping by and watching us just being silly and talk away.
If I could live stream, I'd probably come on some nights and just throw up the chat. I seen what's her name? Mystery.
Oh yeah, Mystery Misfit or something.
Yeah, well I think she's the same person. I'm pretty sure. But anyway,
yeah, it is.
She just throws up a live stream just to have a chat room open. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So so I will be coming back live, like I said, tomorrow with Wendy Howell. She's gonna be opening the box that she got from Pamela for her daughter.
Really? Think of the synchronicity there. Tomorrow is also full moon, and you got
Wendy Howell.
Oh!
Yeah, synchronicity. It's trippy shit, man.
Yeah. All right.
In our face.
Right.
So you guys hold on, stay still, don't go anywhere, and I'm gonna get off here.
Good night, everybody.
Peace out, man.
Bye. Good night. I love you all. Bye.